Hello students, I welcome you all for today's session. The topic for today's session is row span and column span attributes. In the previous sessions, we have studied about tables. A table is nothing but an organization of cells in terms of rows and columns. So regarding these tables, we are going to study the row span and column span attributes. Sometimes it so happens that tables are going to have different levels of row or column labels, in which one of those labels is going to cover two or more secondary labels. Like you can see in the example given in the slide, the fruit juice drinks label is going to span over three lower level label cells. So in these situations, the row span and column span attributes are going to be very helpful. Now the next question is, what does this column span attribute actually do? This column span attribute is going to specify to the browser to make the cell as wide as the specified number of rows below it in the table. The column span attribute can be used with the help of table header tag or with table data tag. The row span attribute is going to do the same the column span does. The row span is going to do it for rows. The next slide depicts an example of using row span and column span attributes. Don't look at the program part. You may feel that it is very difficult. Don't look at that part. Just look at the output. What we need to do is, we have to look at the output and accordingly we have to write the program. If you directly look at the program, then you will feel that it is such a big program and how do I remember and all those things. No worries, it's simple and easy provided your table concepts are clear. Like what does a table header tag do, what does a table data tag do. If these concepts are clear, it is going to be quite easy. So now what we are seeing in the output is that we have a secondary label called fruit juice drinks. This label is going to span over three lower label cells, apple, orange and screwdriver. Okay, so by looking at the output, we understand that it is in the form of a table. It is like a table. So we need to use the table tag. So we'll see how we are going to actually write the program for this output. So let's go and check out. Okay. So I'm just opening the output of this one. So that it is easier for you all to write the program. I have just pasted the output so that we will look at the output and then try to write a program. Okay, so the output is in place. Now we'll go to our notepad. Okay, so shall we start? We'll start with the root element, that is our HTML tag. So after root element, I'm going to give the head, give the title. Title I'm going to give as juice drinks. Okay, and then I'm going to close the title tag. Next thing is body tag. Now looking at the output, we understand that we are going to use the table. So I'm going to make use of the table tag. Can you see this border given to the table? So I'm going to use the border attribute of the table tag to specify the border for the table. Okay, so this is done. The table border is given. And what is the next thing we see in the output is the title of the table. So the title of the table is going to be specified with the caption tag. So I write it over here as fruit juice drinks and meals. Okay, so this is how I'm going to write the caption or title. After writing the title, the most important thing is we need to find how we are going to place the items in the table. So we can observe that the first row, fruit juice drinks, it is going to span over three lower level cells. And can you observe that these two cells, the first two rows over here are blank. Okay, so how this is going to happen? This is going to happen with the help of the row span and column span attributes. Okay, so now we'll start. The first thing what I'm going to do is open a row, that is a new row. After the opening the new row, the next thing what I'm going to do is row span is equal to 2. Okay, and then table header column span is equal to 3, and then what I need to write, fruit juice drinks, because this cell is going to span over 3 rows below that. TH. Okay, then I'm going to close the row. I'll show you the output for every step so that your concepts are clear. The program does not end over here. I'm just saving it so that you see the output. Save it as table4.html. Save. Okay. We'll go and check the output. We have not completed it. It is just the rough sketch. Did you observe? So we have just started with the caption and then the first row we have created. Okay, let's continue. So the next thing what I have to do is, so this row is done for me. The next one is the second row. So again I then start a second row, and what are these? Apple, orange, screwdrivers, all these are headers. So I'm going to use the header tag. Apple, close the header tag. What is my next header? Orange. So I write it as orange, close my header tag, and then I write it as screwdriver. I know it sounds a bit weird, but it's okay. Then I close the. So my second row is done. Check the output. Did you observe? So in this way, row by row you need to start writing. If you write the entire thing at once, you may get confused. So you need to look at the output and then start writing. So my 2 rows are over. Now the next thing is I am to the third row. What is my header for the third row? Breakfast is going to be my header, and all these 0, 1, 0 is going to be my data. So I'm going to create a new row which has the table header as breakfast. It has the table data as 0. So this is going to be my first breakfast row. I click on save. Can you observe this? Come exactly like our output. So I have finished with the breakfast row. Now coming to the next row, that is going to be my lunch row. Table row, I'm going to just open the table tag and then table header, that is nothing but breakfast. Close the header. Table data is going to be 1. Table data is going to be 0. Again it is going to be 0. Then close the table row. So this is my second row. I'm so sorry, it's become breakfast, it should be lunch. So sorry for that. Save. Come back here and I click refresh. So did you observe? The second row is now created. Now coming to the third row. Again, I create a new row, give the header as dinner, close the header, and then I give the data as 0, 0, 1. Okay, that's it. I'm going to click on save. Come back here, see. So this is going to be our final output. Is it very difficult? It is not difficult. You just need to look at the output and accordingly you need to write the program. Please don't go to by heart the programs. It is going to be very difficult if you miss even a single row tag or something like that. Okay. Now let's see some changes to the same program. What is going to happen? Now you have seen this output, right? You have seen this output. Now what if I don't specify it as row span? Okay, and I don't specify this. I remove this. Did you observe how I am getting the output? So that is the importance of your row span and column span. This apple which was shifted over here and this cell was blank is now shifted on top of breakfast. Okay. Now the next thing is, if I remove this column span, observe what is going to happen when I remove the column span. This fruit juice drinks which was spanned over apple, orange and screwdriver is only spanned above apple. So these are the reasons we are going to make use of the row span and column span attributes. For the attributes with respect to tables, we'll see in the next session. Thank you, students.